dark version of Beauty and the Beast.
There's this beauty, and she's like, nobody loves me. And then this creature crawls out of a comic book shop like, I'll show you love. And you never see them again.
That's dark. Hello everyone, I'm Heidi Leigh, your collector animation, bringing animation and collectibles together here on Collector's Cafe. Who would win in a fight between Superman and Batman?
Batman wins. He has to have the kryptonite, otherwise he's on the moon. He's, oh! Superman just holding it. What's up, son?
Hello everyone, I'm Heidi Leigh for Collector Animation, bringing animation and collectibles together here on Collector's Cafe. Our guest today is director, producer, character designer, and animator John Schnepp. He created the iconic characters for and directed episodes of Cartoon Network's Metalocalypse. He directed episodes of the Venture Brothers, created a short for the horror anthology The ABCs of Death, and directed the documentary The Death of Superman Lives. What happened? Thank you for joining us.
Hey, thank you, Heidi. I feel like I'm in outer space or something.
What was the moment you decided on an animation career?
And I got a call from Cartoon Network. They were doing this really crazy show called Space Ghost Coast to Coast, and they were like, we need like a weird dude. Do you know any weird dudes? And a friend of mine was like, I got a dude for you. And so they shipped me over to Atlanta. I ended up working on that, and they kept asking me to edit it.
So here you are.
I just genied myself to here. I mean, it was crazy.
What is The Death of Superman Lives?
Anyone I talked to, they were like, why would anyone want to watch that? And I was like, well, I think there's something there. So I ran this Kickstarter, and it went all around the world. We raised the money. I started trying to make it, but it took 2.5 years. I thought it would take about 8 months. I had never made a documentary.
How cool was it to interview Tim Burton?
He had to meet us first. I come from a comedic background. People are like, what are you going to make fun of him? And I was like, no, I'm really into this. I just want to tell this story. So went out to London, met with him. Literally after 10 minutes, he was like, all right, let's do this.
The ABCs of Death was a horror anthology with a director for each letter of the alphabet. What letter did you get?
It's called W is for WTF. Basically, it's a circular storyline, all told in 4 minutes, about the death of the world by weird vapors from outer space. It's up to you to figure out what happens in the short.
So what did you bring to show us today, John?
It's a character based on one of my designs, Murderface. It was voiced by Tommy Blatcha. That's his name, Murderface. His side band is called Planet Piss. I tried to design all of the band members and make them as thuggish as possible.
Well, congratulations, he's absolutely fugly.
That's great. This is Gort. This is like a chrome-plated in-action figure. This is what adults get, kids. You look at them, and that's it. So this is from a comic book. It's a cover recreation that they made a couple of years ago. They took some famous different covers and made like a 3D version of it. It's one of my little favorite things I have in the office. Here are 2 animation cells. It's Ren and Stimpy. Me and my roommate, who had never seen Ren and Stimpy, were surrounded by people who had seen Ren and Stimpy, and they had a tape, and I watched all these crazy cartoons and literally almost died laughing. One of the greatest cartoons ever made. And this is a comic book from the 60s that was taking a bunch of comics that were turned into TV shows and just reprinting them. So it's got Fantastic Four,
George of the Jungle,
Casper, and of course, King Kong. What comic book collection or show is not complete without talking about Jack King Kirby? This is one of his crazy DC comics, The Demon. So definitely check it out. It's amazing. This is like the giant size Marvel adaptation of The Empire Strikes Back. I remember this just because it had some of these really crazy scenes with Yoda before they knew what Yoda looked like. So he's purple and shrunken and emaciated like a weird tree stump. Give me your food. You know, horrible Frank Oz impersonation. Do a Yoda.
Oh no.
That's better than mine.
Now it's time to play a game called Would You Rather? Would you rather have Superman's ability to fly or his X-ray vision?
Fly.
Would you rather play chess with Frylock or go on a bender with Master Shake?
I've already been on a bender with Master Shake, and it's fun. Let me tell you, he gets drunk.
Would you rather be in a band with Deathlock or be interviewed by Space Ghost?
I would way rather be interviewed by Space Ghost, because he would be like, are you getting enough oxygen? I'd be like, oh. Call back to the show. If you watched it, you would know what I'm doing there.
Would you rather play Ultimate Frisbee with the Justice League or the Avengers?
Put them in a blender. I would just drink them both.
Would you rather vote for Trump or Doomsday?
Doomsday.
Why?
Because Doomsday's smarter than Trump. He's not an idiot.
John Schnepp, thank you again for stopping by and talking animation with us. I'm Heidi Leigh for Collector Animation, and that wraps it up for this edition of Collector's Cafe.